Hi everybody, this is going to be a laid-back demo of how to use Helena to scrape some interesting information about the top researchers in computer science. In particular, we're looking to answer the question of when do CS researchers peak, so I think it's some pretty interesting data. We're starting here at Google Scholar, and we've searched for authors with the computer science label in amongst their set of labels. This is great. It's getting us some very interesting people, of course, but it's only getting people who actually use that specific computer science label. And a lot of people choose to use something that's more specific to their own individual interests, like programming languages or machine learning, or even more specific than that, which is natural, and we want to make sure that we include all of those folks as well, not just the people who actually chose to use computer science. And so our idea was to actually go through and see what labels are used in conjunction with computer science, basically scrape all the labels off this page and all the other pages of the people labeled with computer science. So let's start by writing the script that does that. So we'll go ahead and pull up that same list of authors we just saw. Here we are, we have that first tag. We will tell Helena we're done. Helena will say, okay, it's figured out how to grab all the tags, at which point we can run the script. All right, so it's grabbed the tags for the first 3 or 4 pages. Let's go ahead and actually pause that since it will run for a while. Basically, after we ran this script, we had a nice long list of tags. We sorted them by frequency, and the ones that were most common were the ones that were most associated with computer science. We used that to create basically a more complete query that we could go ahead and put into the Google Scholar search in order to get a more complete view of who's doing computer science research. So that's stage 2. And we'll start stage 2 right now. So here we are going to that more complete query. Let's grab info about that first author, and now the first paper by the first author. Grabbing the citations, grabbing the year. At that point, we'll stop recording, and Helena will figure out how to add loops. Essentially, it's looking at the web pages that we just used and figuring out, okay, this person interacted with item number 1, maybe they want to interact with all the items. So now we have both the authors loop and the papers loop. Let's actually run it. And this is going to collect all of the data that we're actually going to use to try to analyze when CS researchers peak. So basically, we're going to be getting a row for each paper that includes information about how many citations it has and the year in which it was published. So here you see the year in which it was published, the number of citations. We're up to 300 papers, but it's just going to keep going until we hit about 3 million, because that's how many papers are in this data set. And that's pretty much all we need to do. That's how we get this data. If you're interested in how we actually analyze it to figure out when CS researchers peak, I highly recommend that you check out the blog post, which I will link down below.